Liv Morgan confirms relationship status with Dominik Mysterio amid WWE absence. The former Women's World Champion and Dirty Dom became an item nearly a year ago after the latter betrayed his former on-screen girlfriend. Dear loves, welcome to WWE Family Show. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel, Rhea Ripley, at SummerSlam. While the two have not wasted an opportunity to show their affection for each other, Roxanne Perez's introduction to the Judgment Day seemingly caused a crack in their relationship. The 23-year-old tried to win over Mysterio by gifting him his favorite meal, chicken tenders, which did not sit well with Morgan. Before her injury, the former Women's World Champion and Perez did not seem to have the best of a relationship. While Morgan went on hiatus following her shoulder injury, she was replaced as Women's Tag Team Champion by Roxanne Perez. Dirty Dom also voted in favor of the 23-year-old officially joining the Judgment Day. The recent developments led many to speculate whether Perez would also replace Morgan as Dominik Mysterio's girlfriend. Fans and experts also predicted the recent changes would not please the absent Judgment Day member. Nevertheless, Morgan recently proved she was still loyal to her on-screen boyfriend by coming to his defense after WWE shared a video featuring several superstars discussing the best advice they received from the 20-year veteran Dirty Dom. While not all answers were pleasing for the Intercontinental Champion, including Rhea Ripley claiming she did not know who he was, he responded to the video with a disappointed Gordon Ramsay gif. Morgan also commented with an Adam Sandler gif from Waterboy, suggesting she would go after everyone who badmouthed her man. Liv Morgan's recent actions seemingly confirm her relationship with Mysterio is still stable, despite the rumors surrounding the latter, and Roxanne Perez has finally opened up on Liv Morgan's absence from WWE due to an unfortunate shoulder injury. Perez also commented on the current status of Judgment Day on Raw. On the June 16th episode of Raw, Morgan suffered a dislocated shoulder and was subsequently ruled out after surgery. Perez was chosen as her replacement as one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions with Raquel Rodriguez. She also became an official part of the Judgment Day because of it. Speaking on the CW39 Spotlight with Brad Gilmore, Roxanne Perez opened up about her feelings on Liv Morgan's unfortunate injury. She was upset that it happened, but promised that she'll do her best to ensure that Judgment Day remains draped in gold. Obviously, I was sad for Liv. You know, injuries are always the worst, especially when you're out for a long period of time. But I knew that I could be the perfect person to step in for her and step in for the Judgment Day and make sure that they keep all the gold in the clubhouse. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez showcased their chemistry at Evolution by successfully defending the titles in a fatal four-way match against the Kabuki Warriors, Sol Ruca and Zarya, and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Some fans were unhappy with WWE's build for Evolution, but the women's division came through with one of the best premium live events of the year. In the same interview with Brad Gilmore on the CW39 Spotlight, Roxanne Perez revealed the mood backstage in the locker room during the event. The energy was great. The vibe of the locker room was so freaking awesome. I think everybody was just so happy to have another Evolution finally, you know? And also for me, I think it was a really full-circle moment. Perez was also able to bring her mother backstage at Evolution, which was the full-circle moment she was talking about. They both watched the first Evolution in 2018, and they were able to be there in Atlanta 7 years later. Morgan could now be sidelined for the rest of 2025 and has been forced to watch while Roxanne Perez took her Women's Tag Team Championship and her place in the Judgment Day, while seemingly flirting with Dominik Mysterio as well. Amid her hiatus, Liv has shared someone else's update on her Instagram stories as a way of seemingly agreeing with the content. It notes that Liv is getting better but also getting worse at the same time. It is obviously a tough situation for Liv Morgan because she has been one of the biggest stars in the company over the past year, and her hard work was finally paying off when she got injured. Morgan was in the middle of several storylines, and there were plans for her on Raw leading into Evolution, but they had to be scrapped because of her injury. Mentally, it's easy to imagine that she's feeling it right now since she will have to go through grueling rehab before she can return to WWE. WWE appears to have replaced Liv Morgan with Roxanne Perez in all of their storylines at present, which must be tough to watch. This update could be in character, and Morgan could be feeling much better when it comes to her shoulder, but feeling worse when she sees the Judgment Day moving forward without her dot. It "S" clear that Finn Balor has a plan to come between Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio, which could play out when Morgan makes her return. But at this point, the whole group could be turning against her, which must be an upsetting realization. There has been an update on Liv Morgan ahead of tonight's edition of WWE SmackDown. Morgan is currently a member of the Judgment Day on WWE Raw. The women's tag team champion suffered a shoulder injury during her singles match against Cries on June 16 and has been on hiatus from the company ever since. According to a new report on Fightful Select, Morgan has undergone successful surgery for her shoulder injury. It was added that she is expected to be out of action for the next several months. Following the successful surgery, Roxanne Perez replaced the 31-year-old in the tag team, with Raquel Rodriguez following her injury, and the duo successfully defended the titles this past Sunday night at Evolution 2025. The Judgment Day stars won a fatal four-way match to retain the titles at the PLE, and Rodriguez will be in action tonight on WWE SmackDown against Charlotte Flair. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw show, the veteran stated that the company should have filmed Liv Morgan's reaction to Roxanne Perez, replacing her as women's tag team champion. Russo claimed that the promotion should have interviewed Morgan after Perez replaced her to capitalize on the storyline. Again, I'm asking a very simple question. Yeah, the writing was on the wall. My granddaughter just turned 3 and she could have told you where this was going. But now, would it not be logical to go to Liv's location next week and get her response to that? Doesn't that make all the sense in the world? You really think they would do that? No. The storyline between Nikki Bella and Liv Morgan was dropped following the injury. Nikki Bella wound up competing in the Battle Royal at Evolution 2025, but Stephanie Vaquer picked up the victory and will be challenging for a title at Clash in Paris next month. Only time will tell when Morgan will be able to return to action,